All right, y'all. What's up? Political civilian back at it again. And did Trump end a regime, or is he starting another war? Let's dive into this. So, from what I've heard, this is basically the same as when he bombed Iraq before. No, was it Palestine? I gotta remember. I might annotate it on the screen or whatever. But he bombed someone else. He bombed Iran this time, and from what I understand, it's right after the regime leader, not the president. He wasn't an elected official. Just like in Venezuela, he wasn't an elected official anymore. The Venezuelan president got out of office. Should have got out of office, but he stayed. From 2012 until 2016 or 2026. Sorry, he got out in 2020, and he should have been gone, but he stayed until 2026. So, basically, the same has happened here, except the terrors, we'll call the terrors, they had missiles capabilities, and they were trying to start a regime where they were backed by the military. Because they didn't have no leader, so they had a little bit of power. They were trying to basically combine with the military, and they were doing the peace talks because they knew that their leader was deceased. So they were trying to lay down some peace for 4 days, and they refused. And so we took out their missile capabilities. There are Iranians all over praying, leaving Islam, burning their hijab, because Islam comes into it because Islam is the regime that was controlling them. They were using their religion to control and oppress these people, especially women. So what this does is it frees a lot of the women and children from growing up and being forced into Islam and their traditions and everything like that. The same with Venezuela, except it was just traditions that they were being, but now they might actually have a chance at a free election where they actually have a president who won't be a totalitarian and might not enforce his regime on everybody. But that being said, we don't know until it actually comes to fruition. But that being said, I think this was a good move for Trump? I actually do. And they can't say we need their resources thing this time, because we don't. Iran does have the slate in that river that controls, not all the gas or not all the oil, but a lot of oil rigs and a lot of boats go through there. It's a lot of flow because of the natural resources that are around that area. So that canal controls a lot of, so from how it was explained to me is that basically there are the security companies, and the inflation of how much they charge to protect these rigs is based on if Iran is at war or not, or if they're getting attacked and the ships are in threat of being accommodated. Because the more security you have, the more you can charge to move your oil, because the more you can charge to secure this precious cargo that people are taking and being incentivized to basically transport, because everybody needs it, everybody wants it. Thus, pirates, and especially at war, pirating is a big issue in this canal. So that affects the oil prices directly, because then they have to charge the manufacturer or the transporters more for them to pay the security more, especially if they're being attacked. If there's a higher threat of attack, they have to charge more and blah, 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 blah. So the end consumer, us, the customer, we end up eating that charge down the line, which drives up inflation, drives up the price of oil, gas, all of that stuff, because we all need it. And if it costs more to transport it, it's going to have to cost us more to get it. Make sense? Makes sense. Boom. So what this is going to do, I think it's going to drastically lower oil prices, especially if we can protect this oil slate, this canal, especially with I don't think our military would protect it, but we would have ships in that area that could protect it and stop the, because we're a consumerist nation. So if we can stop the threat of attacks on these ships and stuff, that not only that, but freeing these women from this Islamic regime. I think this was a good move on our end. Will we go to war over this? I'm not sure, because without a president, who's gonna send the Iran, military after us? And plus, war is what America does best. So I'm pretty sure they don't want that smoke. Not only that, but we've already showed Iraq what it was, and how we left Iraq was such a atrocity, a disgrace. We should have never did that. Like, it could have sold all that stuff to civilians, man. I would have bought some night vision for like five. Then give me some quads for like $5 man. I would have bought that easy. Anyways. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If we are trying to oppress the Iranian people, which I've seen on the left side, why are there Iranians celebrating in the streets and waving the American flag and converting to Christianity and trying to come to America now, the legal way, trying to come to America if we're such a bad regime? Like, it seems like American people are the only ones that hate American people, and like, no matter what Trump does, he's gonna get hate. Like, he could find a cure for cancer, and then people will say, oh, he didn't do it soon enough. Like, or they'll say, oh, it's fake, it's fake news, he didn't really cure cancer, I'm still about to die. Like, no matter what he did, he could say oxygen is good and people will die from holding their breath. Like, no matter what he does, the media is gonna spin it. And but I think this is a good move. I think if Trump doesn't get a Nobel Peace Prize for freeing these countries and dropping the hammer on all this oppression that's facing other countries, because basically what we're doing is we're reinforcing Israel, who is our ally, because they don't have the military might that we do. They don't have the capabilities that we do. So we're protecting them. And it's not because it's the Holy Land. They're going to be fighting the Holy Land until Jesus comes back. But if we could free some of these people from this oppression that they're facing in Israel, in Iran, which Israel is our ally, we want them to be free in theory. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Stay tuned for more. What do y'all think? Peace.